Hi, I'm Hannah Bernard. You're watching Market 1 Minute, and today I'm here with John Proust and Mary Wetzel of TekModo Industries. So guys, thank you so much for being with us. Now Mary, let's start with you. You have an extensive background in the automotive industry, but tell me why you decided to switch over to the recreational vehicle market.
Thanks, Hannah. Well, it's an interesting story. I'm fourth generation automotive person in my family. My great-grandfather started at Hudson, my grandfather was at Dodge. My father was one of the co-founders of Saturn Motor Car Company, which was the first all-composite vehicle. And then my sister's a designer, chief designer for General Motors, and I was an executive at Daimler Chrysler for 12 years. And my father, my sister, and myself were inducted in the Automotive Hall of Fame for different times and different reasons. But I kept thinking I wanted to be a better change agent for some industry. And I had a business associate named Mark LeCount, who was in the automotive, but he grew up in Elkhart, Indiana, which is the RV capital of the world. And he kept saying, we can take all these automotive composites and totally revolutionize the RV industry. So I said, okay, let's take a look at it. And I came down to Elkhart. It's a $20 billion industry that really nobody knows about. And they make more than 400,000 units a year, all built by hand. So we said, this is something that's got to change because the construction of these RVs, mainly wood, old technologies. So we thought, let's capture what we learned in automotive with all these great composites and bring them to the RV industry and change the industry.
So I want to come back to the products and the technology, but John, let's talk about your background, an extensive background in capital markets, but talk to me a little bit about your background.
I've been involved in the Canadian capital markets for over 30 years now, predominantly in the resource space. And as we're active in the resource space, we're always hearing about and looking at new opportunities that are out there outside of our world. And we were introduced to the idea of TekModo and this manufacturing company, which was very, very unique. We'd seen lots of opportunities come past us before, but this was so unique in terms of its scale, in terms of the immediacy of the business, and we decided to go after it. So that's why we're here.
So let's talk about these products and tell me why they're better than the standard right now.
It's really simple. They're composites. So they're lighter, they're stronger, they're more durable, they're better looking. The fit and finish on an RV is tremendously better than what they were using. Most of the products that they were been using have a lot of wood in the walls, the roofs, the floors. And the thing about wood is if it gets wet, it rots, it molds, it's heavy. So the simplicity of bringing in these automotive composites and making them so much better and making them long-lasting so the consumer experience with the new RVs is so much better.
So let's talk about the RV companies and why they would change now. Why would they switch their products now?
It is a revolutionary change for these RV companies. We're trying to make it simple to say, here's the composite. You don't have to change your manufacturing methods. You just take our product and put it on your RV. What it does for the RV manufacturers is it eliminates a lot of warranty issues that they've typically had, and it takes weight out. Another thing is, the fastest growing segment of this market is the 35 to 44-year-old buyer. And that buyer is so used to quality of an automotive, they barely get an oil change nowadays. So for them to step foot inside a RV dealership to get a whole lot of repairs done, they're just not going to buy it if that's the case. So we're targeting that type of buyer that says, I want to buy a high quality unit and I want the composites because I want my RV to last. So we have great clients that see this vision with us, and they want to step from one product to the next. And a lot of the manufacturers now, because it's been through a consolidation, kind of like what the automotive companies did back in the 30s and 40s, we have three main manufacturers of RVs: Thor Industries, Forest River, and Winnebago. And we're selling to all of them. And what we're doing is we're going into one product, one model at a time, proving out tremendously well. And then now we're internally growing throughout the other models that they have. So they saw the success, and they're launching us. So our growth is going up quite a bit and quite fast.
So let's talk about that. Something that caught my ear was the $20 billion industry that not a lot of people know about. So let's talk about that market and some of the elements that are propelling your success.
The industry is growing leaps and bounds. We hit 400,000 units this year. It's expected to grow even more. It's setting sales records every month in terms of shipments. we think at TekModo, we just want to capture a small percentage of that business and grow the company successfully. We know that we have RV customers that are ready and willing to do that with us, and we know it's an inflection point in TekModo, and we have the capabilities in our manufacturing operations to do hundreds of thousands of square feet of material to supply the RV industry.
The time is now. It sounds like it. So we've met Mary, we've met you, John. So tell us a little bit more about the entire team behind TekModo Industries.
We've assembled individuals that are entrepreneurs within that space in the industry, both at a board level. One of our board members is the CEO of the largest pontoon boat building company in America, and Bennington Marine. But that again translates into new materials and the utilization of those new materials. So we're very fortunate to have him on board. Another board member has been the co-founder of several, not one, but several of the largest RV manufacturing companies in the industry. So again, to attract somebody like that in as a major investor and as a board member as well, speaks volumes about the credibility of the business that TekModo Industries has.
Yeah, it sounds like a 5-star team. So John, let's come over to you for a second. So it sounds like an amazing investment opportunity, but I want to ask you why you went forward with founding TekModo Industries.
Well, the TekModo Industries, as I mentioned earlier, is a very unique opportunity. And so unique is good. And we're looking for something that can be adopted now, immediately. So not something that's going to be adopted later, and the inflection point, as Mary mentioned, is now. There's clearly that opportunity. TekModo is unique because it has a manufacturing facility that's capable of producing enormous quantities of these products, and they can produce them today. So there's no wait, there's no capital expenditures that we're going to have to make. We can just support the sales effort and the further integration with the various manufacturers.
You know, we're here to talk to potential investors, and we want to give you the opportunity to tell them one reason why to invest in TekModo Industries.
Because it is the wave of the future. If we don't replace the wood with composites, then we just won't build a better RV, and we'll lose the customers as the customers get younger and younger. So I think it's not only just the composites, it's the team that we assembled, like John Proust and Mark LeCount and the rest of the group, because they have the vision to look outside of this RV box, theoretically, and look at what else we can manufacture for our customers to not only create better products, but also solve problems for our customers.
So John, let's talk about this evolution of the technology and how it feels to be representing that shift.
You know, the more we looked at the manufacture of RVs, the more we noticed that beyond the nice exterior of these RVs was plywood. The plywood was glued together with formaldehyde-laced glue, and it was toxic kindling. We have a better solution, the solution, and that's what TekModo Industries provides.
Sounds like a great investment opportunity. John, Mary, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Hannah.